what's up, y'all? Yo, we're live, man. Y'all got all quiet. Hold on, let me do a couple of things before we even get fucking started. You know what I'm saying? He said warrior poet. Yo, all right. Yo, all right, y'all. Welcome to our episode, y'all. Hopefully the sound works on everyone else's end. Hopefully y'all can see me who's tapping in here. Um, yeah, it's my man. If y'all don't know, Dante did silent. Got my man Red Pill, Markel, Alpha Monk. We out here just kind of having chats. The episode is emotional currency. If y'all don't know, yeah, appreciate you going on there and checking on the comments because I have no idea how to check all that shit when I got all this shit going on. Appreciate you. Was ever tuning in? I know we just started up early. Um, yeah, man, how you guys doing? I missed you all. I missed y'all, man. I know. What the hell's going on? He said what it is. I see. Yo, you're a buzzing for sure. Yeah, but yeah, shit. Well, I need to get on your level, man. I need to get on your level. All right, man. So we're live on a couple of other platforms. I'm actually testing out a platform that I've been using. I got a couple people on. Um, you guys seem, I don't know if y'all know I go live and do hella shit. This shit's all over, you know, you know. But we talk our shit half the time. We talk our shit. No, no, we're good. I think I did a little sound check. Hopefully it works out. Hopefully it works out. Yeah, please do. Yeah.
you would think they have an untapped ability to absorb other emotions. You know what I'm saying? Because they're going through a roller coaster of emotions throughout the entire day. And let's not even talk about their menstrual cycle time. You know what I'm saying? That's probably even heightened. So it's like if I would. I mean, I get it that no girl wants, I guess, like a crybaby, but from what you're telling us, it doesn't even sound like that. You're just going through a complex time. It's not really even difficult. It's just a complex time because you have to get shit going and get shit going fast. It's just complex. It's
I think
complicated. So
it really depends on how it was we first started dating. So me and my girlfriend started dating both super high polarity, right? I have always been yang and energy. If you're in astrology, I'm actually my sun, moon, and rising are all fire signs, right? So that's just who I am as a person. And so she was really, really used to that. I think since I've been a little bit more stressed, a little more moody, a little more irritable, you guys know, and you're kind of just a little more hot and cold, but I think a little bit off center. And I think when your lady really depends on your center and you're off center, it just creates an issue. And so I know for me, it was like, yeah, like I started getting more stressed, getting more irritable. I would mentally take it out on her a little bit, kind of making my problem her problem because I need help sharing that load. Um, it kind of put a lot of stress on her when she doesn't quite understand why she has to carry this thing. I'm not really explaining it. She's going to have to carry this. And it's just something that I feel like as a man, you have to grow. Some of these lows or your growing, especially bros who need to help you. And
when
you
you
may
say,
make unfortunate stuff like that, but just need to go back.
okay, but you don't need her for financial support. You don't need her for living. So like it was all just emotional and mental support, right? That you were searching for.
Well, kind of, yeah. Because as men, like we're very status oriented. We're very function oriented. Like, it feels so better when you're producing something for the world. That's why men like work so much, right? Whether you're creating art, or you're writing, or you're creating content for media, or you're working at a company, having high sales. Men need to create something. Men need to make things to feel good. Men need to have purpose and focus to feel good normally. And I was kind of drifting a little bit, switching career paths again, and I just kind of lost that deep focus on a singular thing. And that just threw me off center. I was very off centered. And so I think, I was kind of looking to my girl for a little more validation of what I normally look for. And I just don't think that was just in her wheelhouse and what she used to do.
So
Right?
to me, that would signify that she's not supportive. I don't know her. I'm just saying from that what you told us to just say that she wouldn't be, because if she can't, like what it sounds like a simple support. Like, okay, all she has to do is just listen and then give you some feedback, positive feedback, and then boom, there you go.
Well,
But
that's what
if
she
she
was, like
wants
I
to
said,
do
like
it,
that's what she was doing, but then it comes to a point where you're frustrated with yourself and take it out on her. It's not, oh,
okay,
hey, I'm stressed and this isn't working out. It's kind of kicking up. Oh, what's wrong? Nothing. Like, you
okay,
just
okay,
know.
okay.
If you're not feeling like you're in that moment, sometimes you get frustrated. That's how it
Yeah,
is.
yeah.
And I'm not a passive person. I'm not a very stoic person. I've always been very energy. So I got a little frustrated. And I was like, and you kind of pick fights sometimes. And when I don't have that, I attack things with a lot of energy. So I don't have that one thing to attack. All this energy just built up. And
Extroverts, man.
I'm an extrovert dog. That's how we get down. So that was
Extrovert, extrovert.
basically we talked about it, and I just told her like, listen,
Now, if I
I'm
get to
frustrated with
that
where I'm at right now.
frustration, I
This is
just
what
would
I'm trying
flip.
to do, and this is what I need from you. And then she was like, bet.
Okay, I feel you.
So actually, it's funny. Again, I had I told us some big interviews coming up. So I actually told her, I was like, okay, so multiple companies doing these interviews. How do I leverage these interviews to get the best offers? So she sat down and talked strategy about, what I think I should do to leverage these. Because I have a lot of offers coming in right now. I have a lot of products coming in. Leverage that to get the best offer. And so she was down. She was down. We talked about that. She helped me with that. You know, never lets me go hungry. Never lets my hand go without a drink. I never would deal with all the other H's. The three H's, you're not supposed to leave her house, not going those three things. So that's what you gotta do. Like I said, she did it, but it was kind of like, all right, like, I'm a man now. Kind of like that. Like I still gotta feel good about myself.
Yeah, definitely. So
Sometimes the lady might help carry you from moment to moment, but in the end, you want to feel good about yourself. You want to feel good
I respect that, man. I
strong,
respect that.
man.
No, I mean,
Strong.
yeah, you got to. What's up, Sim Simma? Yeah, so I mean, I didn't really fully understand what you mean by virtual currency.
No, I get what you're saying now. I think you just mean like the transfer of emotions. It's like here's the emotional medium, here's the emotional supplier, right? And so it's like, how does that transfer work? I think for women, and I think this transcends everything. Is women want to feel like they orbit a strong center, and I think that's the biggest thing is women are all over the place, generally speaking, and I think they want to be able to orbit a strong center. So if she's sad, here's her center. If she's happy, here's her center. If she's angry, here's her center. You know what I mean? And I think
That's
when
why
you're a
it's
guy
important.
and you're off center, right, you guys are all bouncing around, it kind of fucks it up a little.
Yeah, that's why it's important to always maintain yourself, because even when they ask to be open, when they ask for more emotion, they don't really want that. They don't, because so many men have been on media and shit talking about like, man, the moment I told her how I felt,
Oh,
and
it's low.
everything changed, and she saw me different, right? And it's like I mean, you can give them drops here and there, only in times where it's warranted, but I just don't think that they're built for that.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
So
It also depends right now. It also depends how you go about it,
true.
right?
That's true too. Yeah,
Like
yeah.
and that's I hate to say it, it's almost not what you say, it's how you say it,
Mm-hmm.
right? If you look at your girl and you go, look, I messed up. This thing happened, and I've been struggling ever since.
yeah,
This is my plan. Is it with me or not?
yeah.
That's totally different. I think the
How?
problem is when you're
Okay, go.
when you
So,
just.
yeah, go ahead.
I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. Go ahead. Go ahead.
I think when you're, and it's like it's not just the one time. It's typically when you have these issues. These are men who are not making progress or don't have visual progress over a set period of time, and they're trying to fix their issues and fix their problems, right? And and it's just a lot of guys are playing, but the reality is she just wants to feel like she has a winner. She wants to feel like she has a good thing going on, and she doesn't mind picking you up if you fall.
Yeah,
I've noticed that with women actually. They don't mind picking you up if you fall, but they don't like feeling like they have to build you.
I hate saying this, but you have to be better than them in a lot of areas of life for them to be supported in certain areas. Like it's worked for me. I can only speak for myself. It's worked for me whenever I've been frustrated or artist block or writer's block, and I can't really get past something, or deals have really fucked me or some shit like that. If I have a woman at the time and I tell her what's going on, I'm serious about it. Like
Extraordinary was good.
I withdraw, and I try to take it on myself, and I let them know that I don't look for their support, I don't look for their help or anything like that. And that way, that leaves me open to do my own thing and to basically carry the load for myself. And then if they come and help, it's a pleasant surprise. Or if they come with support, it's a pleasant surprise. But I never look for it, because every time you look for something, excuse me, you'll get disappointed because it's never what you think it's going to be. Especially when it's with your woman. If you're looking for a certain type of support, you have it in your head how you really want her to support you. And she obviously doesn't know that, and she won't do it that way. So it's always somewhat of a disappointment. So I never really look into that or look forward to that.
right.
I just do my own thing and kind of act as if I'm single while I'm dealing with this issue. I'm not saying I won't talk to her or be with her or be intimate and shit like that. I will, but I won't add her into my issues or into what I'm working with. She can look, she's outside looking in, but I'm not expecting her to come in. So when that happens, they usually always do the opposite of what you want them to do, and they'll do even more, especially if you're not looking for support or help. They'll even go even harder. As you remember, when we used to work together, old girl asked you at one point, "How can I help somebody when he doesn't want me to help him?" That was one of those moments, and I hated her trying to help me. I didn't want to help none of that shit. So it's like I deal with that shit on my own. But it's hard to get support from a woman in a very early stage. It's just
And like I said, like, you know, and I don't know, like I don't, I think if this was Markel 1 year ago, I'd be like, oh yeah, fuck all that, dude. But Markel now is just one of those things where I think there is this gray area of, does she believe in you? And does she believe in you is directly proportional to how much you believe in yourself. In a while, have the idea where a man will just lose faith. Always good, Calvin, in a minute. Every once in a while, a man will just lose faith in himself. I think that is the worst thing that can happen. You could be down on your luck, and as long as you don't lose faith in yourself, you won't waste that issue. I think, right? Because and the big fear is this, and men may admit it, maybe one of it. One of the man's biggest fear in his relationship is if he loses his status, if he loses his money, if he loses his edge, is he going to lose his woman?
So someone comment here. I try not to ignore you. She said, "That's a man, but it's okay to take that support. It shows her interest in it, and you don't in you, and it don't make you as a man look weak. It's love." So she said she's agreeing with you.
Yes.
Oh,
And the reality is, I remember reading this story on Instagram, and I don't know if it's real or not. I don't know if it's a real story, but I thought it was touching, it was a little sentimental. So basically, there's this family that's doing really, really well. There's family that's really, really poor. And so the family that's really well off goes to the poor family. The mother goes to the poor family house and goes, "Can I borrow 2 tablespoons of salt?" And there's a big smile on their face. They run to their kitchen and they come back and they give her 3 tablespoons of salt. She goes back to her family, the rich house, and they go, "Why did you ask for the salt? We're rich. We don't need it." And she says, "Sometimes people can't really help you, but you accept what they can give to let them know that they're important and they matter." I think, and we can do like be rational, talk about sunk cost principle, where the more someone invests in something, the less likely they want to leave, the more invested they become, right? You have to, with a woman serious about you, you have to kind of gas her up a little bit. You have to, when she does something nice for you, you have to let her know how much that meant to you. And you have to accept that willingly because you want her to keep doing that. You generally want her to keep investing in you, either because, one, it makes it harder to leave, keep it real, and then two, there will be a time when you really do need her, and if you haven't set that up, she's not going to help you. And by help, to be very specific here, I mean, I'm struggling in this moment, help raise my mood and carry me to the next moment. And then I got it from there. Like, I don't need you to pay off this bill. For marriage, let me come over. Yeah, I'll even order the food. Let me just lay down on your lap and relax right now. Let me just have it my way right now. And then let me just tell you how dumb this boss is, or how dumb this company is, or how stupid they are for not recognizing my genius. And then just rub my head and go, "You're a genius, Dave, I know." Like, that's literally what most men want, is just rub my belly and tell me how fucking great, like I know I am. Because sometimes it's just nice to hear it from someone who's not me.
Exactly. And I think all you have to do is never ask for it. Do, like you said, just do your shit, and then just go or just like text her and be like, "Hey, you got an hour?" Of course, if she's in love with you or if she's feeling you, she'll say yes. You go over there, you bring some pizza, whatever, and she'll feel it. If she likes you, if they like you, they pay attention. And she'll
Right.
see your shoulders are slumped. She'll see you're tired, and then you just lay down on her lap and tell her what's going on. And I think it's that spontaneity that kind of brings out more feminine energy.
Yeah.
Because it's that rich soldier, that weary warrior. You come home, you lay on their lap, and you kind of just be in silence.
Yeah.
And they may ask what's going on, and you can give them a little vague answer here and there, just keep their imagination running. But it shows more masculinity, more alpha shit if you know when somebody does that. Again, if you're like looking for it, or you're expecting it, or trying
Yeah.
to create it, because a lot of dudes try to create that shit. They try to create those little pocket romance moments, and it never works out. And it's like you can't create shit like that. Like there's a thing going on right now. Like girls are asking, like, do guys ever ask us if they want to be girlfriend and boyfriend anymore? Or guys are now saying, like, you got to ask them if they can kiss you on the first date. And it's like, I don't know what world a lot of people are living in, but I've never really had to ask you to be my girlfriend. Never really had to ask, can I kiss
Yeah.
you? It's just in that moment when you go for that passion. And I think they respect you so much more when you're a man about your shit. Ask me, it's like, come on, read the room, bro. It's like if you're on a date and you guys are looking at each other and she's looking at
Yeah.
your lips and she's keeping eye contact. That's all the body language that you need. You just gotta.
I basically said, like, you're doing this for what? Because I'm busy. Like, yeah, like that. Like, yeah, I was like, all right, we're with the girlfriend now, we go together. And then that was just it. I set the boundary. And with my current one, we had such drastically different backgrounds. I basically said, like, she's with my girlfriend or what? And then she was like, well, we gotta talk about it. And I was like, all right, talk about it. And we hashed some stuff out, and I was like, all right, we're doing this. So it's a little bit different than when you sit there and you go, so what are we? You don't want to do that. What are we? You basically tell her what you're here for, or you let her bring it up?
Yeah, exactly.
This is
It's better
like,
when
look,
they
I'm trying to
bring it
have 3.5 kids and a dog for 20 years. Kind of you
Yeah,
do
so much
100
better if they
sons.
bring it up. So much better if they bring it up because it shows that their interest and it
Yeah.
shows that they're really trying to get at it. You know what I'm saying? So it's a lot better that way.
Yeah.
Yeah. Hold on, I'm like working on some audio stuff, y'all.
Oh, are you?
Yeah, man. Like always. Shit, man.
We're not audio stuff for the past like 5 minutes.
Oh man, I'm always working on audio stuff. I'm always working on audio stuff. I swear to God. Oh my goodness.
Part of your shtick, man.
It's all day, man. It's something new, man. It's nothing new. I mean, I'm trying.
All of it figured out. You should just put 10. Just your signature thing.
Man, I don't know, dude. I don't know. It was working. It was working earlier until I started fucking being stupid and messing around shit. I should never mess around. But I don't know if y'all can still hear me on here, but fuck.
Yeah, we can.
Yeah, y'all can hear me. That's fine.
Oh, you go.
Yeah, but fucking shit, man. Let me try to restart this and see what happens. But
Also, I think I was telling my girl this. I think when people try to label or they try to create what's already been done, it kind of throws the spice out to me, man.
Like
It's
trying
like,
to put label on something that's like equally understood and unspoken.
yeah, it doesn't need to be. It really doesn't need to be. And I think people do it out of fear. And it's so ridiculous because by you saying that we're this title does not stop me from doing whatever you fear. Marriage, a license in marriage doesn't stop people from doing what people fear.
Well, let me.
It stops anybody. So it's enjoying each other. I think when you start to add all these different conditions, it muddies up the emotions that work well with the relationship. It just does. Like you can see it in real life, and it's getting worse and worse.
I think for me too, it's like, well, for me it's a little bit different. So I agree with that. I see what you're saying.
And there's something to be said about my ability to accept the uncertain. But I am somebody who's just like, if I see myself going a certain way, I am going that way. I am incredibly goal-oriented, attack the goal, go for that thing. And so for me, it's very important that I create boundaries in all my relationships. Because there's going to be no confusion. This is my expectation for you. There's no confusion. This is what I want from you. Like, this is what I want from you, and then this is what you're willing to give, and all we have to worry about is a little bit of overlap. There's a little bit of this gap right here, right? That's and the closer this is, the less we have to worry about, right? So I think for me, it's one of those things where it's like, I'm at the reason, this is why, you know me, I don't date girls.
Yeah.
I don't have a lot of, I have like one long-term relationship. Other than that, girls don't last that long around me. Because it comes to a point where they want something more than I'm willing to give. I don't string them along. I'm like, all right, next. We're done. This is over. You know, we're finished dating here. Because it's like, I'm just not going to be deterred from my direction. The whole issue that I have right now with somebody off camera is I got pulled off my set a little bit. This was a little bit different. It was new. It had been a minute. A little rusty at the whole exclusive thing. But it's like, I don't want to do the whole like, well, it is what it is, because it's like that mentality will get me mixed up with some stuff unless I really just don't care about you. And then at that point, it's like, is it even worth me keeping you around if I really just don't care about you? So some people have this mentality of like do their own thing and have like this rotation of women. I kind of mentality of like, I'm gonna have, you know, one or two really good ones, or fuck, I have it. Because I'm going somewhere. That's in the way, and I think for guys who are uninitiated and really going for what they want, when they're being distracted, they are. Not that women themselves are distracted, but that men put women in the way of what they want to do. So you make her your distraction.
Pedestal and shit. You can't do that shit.
I mean, that's what David's habit, right? You're like a serial dater or something like that. So you're just deep there.
Like I tell women up front what I'm looking for when I'm about, and most of the time, like I've become so free spirited in these later years. It's like if you're not pretty much what I want, or it's not working out, then bye. Because I've had enough good women in my life to know that I can always find another. You know what I'm saying? So it's not like it's I don't have that one night. It's not like I've literally been able to cut that out of myself. And so I'm really happy about that, because it just doesn't, like, I just don't feel that anymore. Like when I used to when I was younger, like, you know, you get that one girl you really like, shit, you know, and it's just like you got that tunnel vision on her. It's kind of hard to break away from that, especially, you know, once you become habitual with you guys' you know, interactions and shit. It's just hard to break away from this shit. And so it's like I've stripped that away, and it's so much more freeing. And it's like it's easier to let girls know, like, look, I don't think I'm looking for anything serious, so don't expect me to want something serious after this amount of time. So I'm telling you this because I respect you as a person. We can definitely have fun, we can continue dating, but I don't know if this is going to go anywhere. Now, from my experience, most women be like, hell yeah, because that's something they can chase, they want what they can't have type thing. And if the D is good, and you're doing all these fun ass experiences, they can learn shit from you, and they can see that you're doing what the fuck you're trying to do, and you're not affected by any of the shit that they do. They're gonna eventually fall for it anyway. They're gonna try to change your narrative of how you live. And so that's how I've been stuck with like long-term friends with benefits, and just dating around with like one chick for like 6 months to 8 months, and it's not ever being serious. And I tell you, man, every 3 to 4 months they always come with that same conversation, like, you know, we've been doing this for a while, like what? And I tell them the same thing, like, look, man, nothing's wrong with us, but you can bounce if you want something more that I can't give you, because I'm not gonna string you along.
Well, it's kind of like, you know, and this is a little bit of a planet to this little trite shit all the time. It's like men date women hoping the women will never change, and women date men hoping they will change. Yeah. You know, you know, so it's always like, you know, I thought when you started dating you would, but you didn't. And he goes, when I thought you started dating, you wouldn't stop, you know. So that's a big one.
Right back.
Sure.
That is a big one. Yeah.
But
That communication comes into that play, you know.
so let's talk about something real quick. I think it's really good. So, do you think men should have serious girlfriends before the age of 25?
No.
No.
No. They need to experience as many types of different women as they can. So that way they can learn how to talk to women more, they can approach women more when they get older.
Right.
I think they
Do you
should
think
have
that because just the idea of finding a good woman young and having a lifelong relationship doesn't happen anymore? I think that's why. Because there was a time where it was like,
It depends on the guy. If he in his heart wants a family, then I would say from 19 to 25, he needs to work his ass off to get that career started, and then he can get a family within that time, and that's right as rain. But if he's not really looking for a family, he doesn't really know, then I would say, nah, you should just have your fun as much as you can in your 20s, and then in your 30s, that's when you start to really hammer down on your business, and by your mid-30s, get you like a 25-year-old who wants to have a family, and then boom, there you go. You got a young, beautiful wife. She's 25. She's still young. She can have a very healthy baby at that age. You're 35. By the time your child is 20, you're 55. That's still a great age. I mean, Tom Cruise is 60, or he's 59. That
what?
Yeah, Tom Cruise is 59, bro.
Damn.
When I started, I was like,
Damn.
He's gonna be 60 in a year. It's like,
Damn.
that's crazy.
Oh, that Scientology one.
You know what I'm saying? So,
Stem cells he beat.
man, right?
He said stem cells. He said stem cells. This man said stem cells. This man
When I get
said,
older, I'm putting stem cells everywhere. I'm putting it in my knees and my elbows.
this motherfucker. This motherfucker. Oh my goodness. Motherfucker. This motherfucker.
Like, how are you? 25? I'm 87.
This motherfucker.
I eat stem cells.
Wow, that's fucking women who are single at 30.
Hey, what's going on in Instagram?
So, this is in response to what Montre was saying about, guys should work until they're like in their 30s and find a survival. All I'm going to say is, not every single guy in his mid-30s are going to go pick up a 25-year-old. If you are a woman, you are single, you are 34,
That's
as long
fine.
as you're pleasant to be around, you maintain your health, and you're just fun and exciting, you will find men well into whatever. That's it. If you're pleasant to be around, you're fun and exciting, and you're just a joy, and you're slightly family oriented, you don't have to worry about that. Also, what's crazy is this: men in their mid to late 30s and their early 40s, they absolutely want women their age. They just don't think, there just aren't many their age that are dateable.
That is true.
Just like, and I'm sure women would say the same exact thing about men, so don't think it's personal, right? If you're newly single, you're in your early to mid 30s and you're a woman, if you're happy and you're healthy, take care of yourself, you bring light to a room, don't complain too much. You don't bring too much extra stress or too much extra baggage. You can even have a kid. As long as you don't bring too much extra stress or extra baggage, there are plenty of really good men out there who will absolutely make you and start a family with your Don't
Oh
worry about it.
shit. Damn, he can.
Focus on being happy,
He get deep.
not being stressed.
He get.
You need to be doing what I'm doing. That was a nice fish. You just told right there. Ain't no woman with a single,
All right,
single
let-
before is gonna be nonchalant.
Let's talk about how uncommitted this man is to marriage, man. Alpha Monk. Let's talk about that real quick. Listen.
What do you say?
I said, let's talk about how uncommitted, you are, how much you dislike marriages, coming from,
Just like I actually don't. I was married before. It was fun. It was cool, man. It was no different than just being in a relationship.
yeah.
Like nothing really changed except for she got my last name and she lived with me 7 days out of the week instead of 5. So like nothing really changed. But I will say that she was foreign, so her traditional and moral values were really set better for marriages than American women. That's facts. So
Yeah.
that's why it was so much more fun. That's why it was so much more better. Like she really had the roles of a wife down pat. And when I saw that, and she did that when she started to move in, it was when she was doing all that shit. So she did that way before we were married, and that put me in a better position to be in a husband role. So it locked in really well.
Because it comes from
I don't think I would have ever found that with an American woman. I just would have been a little bit more stress and issues. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
I mean, but generally speaking, man, it's not what it used to be. It's not really special. People aren't treating it special. Like look how much divorce we have. It's like people are just getting into it, and like it's not what's the word for it? It's not
sacred.
Thank you. It's not sacred anymore. Like I was saying earlier, people still cheat. People still do crazy shit while they're married. That license doesn't do anything. It doesn't solidify anything. It doesn't check anybody for being an asshole or a cheater. It doesn't do anything. All it does is tell everybody else.
Well,
this is my husband. That's all it does.
Let me pause that real quick, right? Because I'm pro the idea of marriage. I just think in practice it's not as viable. So that, and I agree currently, I don't think in practice marriage is viable as it was 50, 60 years ago, you know? Where there was laws preventing divorce, you had to make it work, and it could be one man, one woman, you know, it could be all that stuff. But when you have an incredibly laissez-faire attitude, like an incredibly cavalier, relaxed attitude towards dating, where everything is just, it is what it is, or we're just going to experience it, we're going to see this, there's no sense of progression. Actually, I had this talk with my girl, and it's funny when she actually came around my thinking. So we got in a little spat because I said I would never cohabitate with the woman if I wasn't going to marry her within the next half year. And then she thought that was crazy. She was like, "Why would you say that? Don't you want to see what it's like living together? Don't you want to?" Because there is a progression. Well, a long time ago, you didn't live with your wife until you were married. Most cultures, it's still that way. You don't cohabitate, share a room alone until you're married. You be 30 years old going on dates with your chaperone. You know? And I was like, and the reason is because there is this progression. There's a spiritual meaning to the word wife. So right now, when we were casually dating, I didn't ask you for anything. When I decided we were going to have that talk about you being my girlfriend, because there's a new set of expectations that comes with exclusivity. By me not being on the market, new and higher expectations. If you get married, newer and higher expectations. So it's kind of like there needs to be this hierarchy of we're moving towards something.
Well, I think that's the difference between me and you, because you're more goal oriented. Well, not goal oriented. You're more structured with your life.
Yeah.
Now, the reason I say that, going for more experiences and being a little bit more aloof, is because, like I said earlier, I think it's more important for me for things to happen naturally. I'm not saying I'm like totally saying no, but I'm saying if my emotions start to gradually get better, or not get better, start to get more involved with her, or start falling more with her, or something like that, I want it to be naturally. I don't want to have a talk and be like, well, one day we'll be married, maybe we'll have a kid or this, or maybe we'll move in together. I don't do plans like that when it comes to relationships, because emotions to me are too fluid. It's like a rushing river, and there's always rocks and stones in the river, and you never know. So, and like if you look at the divorce rate, like they always say, it's 80% on women who cause the divorce, and that shows a lot that women aren't really ready to support their men when they're going through this shit. They're not really like our grandparents were. Like our grandparents would stick through that shit. They was like, if their husband couldn't find a job in 8 months, she would go out there and find a fucking job, but she would stick with them. Women don't do that nowadays. They'll just bounce because they're becoming increasingly lazy when it comes to relationships. They want to be pampered, and they want fathers instead of husbands and boyfriends. And it's like it just.
Oh shit, man.
He said that on the internet. He did say that on the internet. Whoa, hold that thought. So,
It's gonna be really bad when I do my presidential campaign.
eh,
Listen now.
you didn't say it. You didn't say it.
Well, he was clearly insane.
Yeah. See, look what he was doing. Um,
I was there trying to.
Senator Grady, do you agree with Alpha from 10 years ago? Man, no way.
I'm just saying.
But I get it.
Well, not to detract too. Irrelevant. I'm not ignoring you. Just so you know, I saw your comment. I'm not sure if he's still in here, but
This is another comments from me.
yeah.
Yeah, she says, so she goes, you know, so she dates other guys who dates guys who want some options in LA. They come back and they realize I'm the catch or whatever, but it sucks, they were playing around because they were being choosy. I'm gonna keep it real. If he's not trying to lock it down in the beginning, you weren't that much of a catch in the beginning.
I was gonna say the same thing.
Yeah.
Like, you're not already caught, and you're not a catch.
Like I'm not trying to be rude or anything, but I've dated around. I like to myself this guy who dates really high integrity. I'm very honest, very forward. I let people know where they stand. I want to ever ask 2 girls for my girlfriend. I didn't even ask. I told them this is what I want from us. Like it was that. Like
Damn.
Step back. I was
Damn.
invested to the point where I was like, this is what I want.
I thought that actually looked like college.
I mean,
So it's kind of like when I knew I had a good one, locked it down. When I had one that I didn't mind if she came or went, and they will leave, and I'll be home alone 2 months later, and I'll be like, she was good. But I was like, oh well, like I'm not really gonna run that back. She was good. She was a good one. I should get that around a little longer.
she said red flags.
You just made it when you make it.
She
I'm
said.
not trying to lock you down right away. I'm telling you exactly what you got.
She said.
It's just like,
She said red flags.
what's up?
No, someone said red flags.
But it's just like when you see a dime piece, right? A real fine chick, and she's single, and then she's complaining like, every guy that sleeps with me leaves, and it's like, okay, well the reason is because after we sleep with a woman, most guys, we want to see what else she has to offer, and if she doesn't have anything else to offer except looks, then they're just gonna get what they want out of sex, and then just bounce because you're gonna be boring. You don't really have personality because all your life you use your looks to get by. And it's like you think that you're this top shit because you're beautiful, which in that sense you are. But when it comes down to personality and what you actually do in a relationship other than just lay there, it's nothing. So then they get left.
She said same for women to men. What's up, Shea? She said same for women to men. What do you mean, Bella? I just saw her comment. I'm surprised. I'm surprised no women commented after what you just said. I'm surprised. They must have just.
If you're a guy,
It's the truth.
and you're regularly getting 9s and 10s, doesn't matter how great she is, you don't want to settle down. You're regularly getting 9s and 10s. Might as well give that up.
Exactly.
This is crazy. It's like if you're a woman and you're a legitimate 9, and I'm not saying an Instagram 9, you are an in-person 9, right? You are an in-person 9. I'm sorry, who you're messing with, who could bag you, about other chicks who look like you, they're not slowing down. Like, could you imagine the kind of guy who regularly bags supermodels? Why are you gonna just date one supermodel? Like, if you bag multiple supermodels, you're not slowing down. So that's just the truth. That didn't sound too great. I didn't feel good saying it. It's the truth. Like, if I could regularly bag Victoria's Secret models, I'm not settling down ever.
Appreciate it.
Ever. If I could regularly bag Instagram models who are also good looking in person, I'm not settling.
That makes sense. That
I'm
makes sense.
sorry. That's just like. I'm sorry. That's just the reality of a thing. A girl who could regularly bag millionaires, like she wouldn't stop bagging millionaires until she got a billionaire.
Yeah.
And that's keep it real. I think the one thing though, and this is again going back to the whole marriage thing, right? And staying power and stuff like that. I think people stay less because divorce is so easy. I think women leave more because there is this
Appreciate it, Lil Pump.
there is this culture of leaving your husband. There's this culture of leaving punishing a man when he doesn't do what he wants you to do. And there's an actual zoological principle called Gestalt's law.
Mm-hmm.
Gestalt's law says in any mammalian species where the woman is the sexual selector, she will only select a certain male so long as he is.
She said, Bella said, same goes for both ways.
Any mammalian species. Any mammalian species.
She said, men get bored too.
Say what?
She said, men get bored too. She said, same goes both ways.
Okay. But 80% of divorces are initiated by women, so.
No, it doesn't. Men look for loyalty.
Men may get bored just as much, but we don't lose. So, like I was saying,
We look for loyalty. We want peace. We want someone there to support us. We don't need money from you. We don't need your degrees. We don't need what job. We don't give a fuck what job you have. We don't care about those things. Those are men things that we do. We don't care about those things. That's not what we look for in a marriage or in women. What we want in women is we want someone who's there for us. Someone like we were talking about earlier that we have a really rough fucking time. They're there for us. You know, someone who is down for us. Someone who won't leave us on the slightest hint of difficulty or trouble. We want someone who is strong in that point. When men back in the day used to say they want a strong, independent woman, it didn't mean they wanted a woman who had 3 degrees and was a lawyer and shit like that. They wanted a woman who was independent in the ways that when he wasn't there, she was able to keep shit down. They wanted someone who was strong in the ways that when he failed, she was strong enough to support him until he got back up. That's what the fuck they meant. And the problem with women is they're tribal, and they started to listen to all the wrong women. Now we have what's going on right now. You have more women who are single than ever. More women
Sad.
who are on anxiety pills than ever.
She said, she mentioned, she said, that's why there's so many poly relationships. No one thinks like that anymore. Yeah, you just can't be more independent and assertive than the man. That's what she said. No? No? That,
yeah, I agree.
yeah?
Like I was saying earlier, I think there's a problem with polarity. I think men are being almost too nice.
Yep.
And there's this whole thing of like, I know I had this talk with my chick, and I was telling her like, the same aggression that has me come up with these ideas and do all these things for us and trying to make this thing for us and trying to get all stuff for myself is the same aggression that me getting frustrated. Like, I'm not angry, and it's not aggression as like just like rage. It's aggression as like, this is my energy, this next thing, and you gotta help me with this thing. You can't be battling with me on this. Like, I can't just be mean when you want me to be mean and be nice when you be nice. Like, you can't just dictate how I go about my day. And that took her a minute to get. It took her a minute to realize, like, Markel, I was a very intense person. And I'm very intense in everything that I do. And when I'm doing my thing, you can't sit there and tell me not to be on this. And so that goes down to, you women having patience, being supportive, and understanding, like, I got the process. I'm going to do it. And she has hers. I don't ever ask Markel not to be a very intense person. Right?
Yeah.
I said, my girl's solid, but I'm stressed out. And I go over and be like, yo, today was a bitch. We got to shoot that stuff. You want me to make you something? And you guys know my diet. She made me some ground bison, and she got me a little container of cottage cheese. Like, that's what I eat. That was my diet. And it was like, I didn't say much, but I was stressed what's to eat. So I ate that, and when I'm halfway done eating, I felt a tap on my shoulder. I look around, and she had a nice little vodka soda cocktail mixed up. I need a vodka soda.
Yeah.
How hard is that?
It's not. I'm not gonna say it's all.
Is it still bad?
Like men too, because there's a lot of bitch made judgments. There's a lot of empty energy flowing through men nowadays, and you can see it in your own relationship. So if a man
Is it still bad?
masculine energy, the girl is she's gonna
Overcompensate.
Sorry, yeah, she's gonna overcompensate for what he's lacking, and that's what's happening overall. And so it's like, cause we don't have problems getting chicks. And we're very masculine to the point people would call us toxic. But my girl doesn't see it as toxic.
Yeah.
She's all the way feminine. And it interlocks better that way. And I can tell you right now, if I started crying or I started being too sensitive and texting her all the time and not really being on my shit, man, she'd be out of there
Yeah,
in a minute.
that makes sense. Yeah.
Too many working men out there, though.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard, but it's also too, it's because,
Let me know if the sound works.
too big for the scope of this podcast, but men from young ages, they just like, as soon as they start hitting puberty, are being funneled into this androgynous funnel of don't be aggressive, don't be angry, don't be. It all started with don't be competitive, was how it began.
Yeah.
Then it was don't be loud, don't be rowdy. Then it was don't be aggressive. Then it was be nice, and then it was they're the same as you. And that's how it happened, and it's you can go too far the other way, absolutely. You can go too far the way you're currently going. The most important thing is polarity. Men don't accept polarity because the best term to describe what the issue is. It's not that men have to be this hyper masculine Conan the Barbarian, bushcraft.
Let me restart it.
Shit, whatever. But it's like you need to be solid. You need to be competent in enough crafting skills, and you need to have. It's almost funny. You need to have good humor. I think men don't have good humor anymore. They're not allowed to like laugh. They're not allowed to roughhouse somewhere else.
It's all together. They're too afraid to say shit. So how can you approach a woman if you can't make a joke? Like there's videos on YouTube where two friends will go to a club and one would be the nice guy, and one would be the asshole. The asshole always brings her home. Every single fucking time. And when the nice guy tries to be the asshole, the girls always put him in their place. Their masculine energy always overcomes his, and then he looks like shit. Happens all the time, man.
So now you can hear. Yeah. Okay, so she said speak the truth. She said agreed. Go ahead.
So yeah, and it's tough. Like it's going to be an asshole. So it hasn't been so much recently, but if you go back and look at much older episodes back when my moniker at the very bottom right here used to say red pill, I had a very different mentality towards things. I was much more aggressive and assertive, in my opinion. And like with my lady, sometimes I say stuff and it don't go over well. I tell her the truth. I'll sort of tell them like, yo, this is how this thing went down, and you didn't really have my back. I didn't like that. And I might say it in a way that doesn't go over too well. That might be an issue. She goes, well, I don't like your attitude, and I go, look. I may have been right, I may have been wrong in the way that I said it, but that's what I mean. That's it. And sometimes you're a bit of an asshole when you gotta do that. But
There's no mic.
It's all about like letting her know where the boundary lies, or letting her know I can stand up to you and I can stand up for us.
They say
The
you.
problem is when you can't stand up to your lady, she's not gonna be able to stand up for you. If she's just nagging on some BS, you can't just sit there
Yeah.
and put a little shake and a kiss.
They all don't have mics. So someone said you're too far. You guys are too far away from the mic. I was like, they don't have mics. Gotta put an earpiece in. Gotta put an earpiece in. I'm the only one that's got a mic around here.
And there's sometimes the lady literally, you have to look at her. You don't grab her head just like this. You'll kiss her on the forehead and say, "You tripping, but don't worry about it. I got it." You don't always have to be an asshole, like overtly rude.
Damn.
Sometimes you have to
You can't?
make her upset by letting her know you're gonna stand your ground.
Damn. I thought you had to be the asshole the whole time.
That's all. You just gotta stand up for yourself.
You
That
don't
guy.
have to be rude to your lady to keep her in line. You don't have to be
Damn.
rude to your lady to keep her in line. You just need to let her know.
No wonder I'm single.
When you're on some cheat stuff, I'll let you do whatever you want, but right now this is my boundary, you're not gonna cross it. And it's gonna hurt your feelings, but the sooner you understand that, the sooner we go back to the night.
Damn, I thought being an asshole
I think
works.
every man, he gets a little tame.
Shit, what's his number? She said, shit, what's his number? Damn.
That's just it. It's just like, and this is, there is this gray area that is our reality, right? We all get our information from our experience. We get information from books we read. We get information from all the podcasts that we see.
Yep.
To understand everything has an agenda. And so for me, it's like I actually personally believe lots of women want to be married, happy with children. They really do. They legitimately want to be booed up with a strong, masculine husband. But what happened is they are a major driving force in the demasculinization of men. Men want to be manly. Women want us to be manly. But the way they're going about certain things is making us unmanly. The way we are going about certain things are making us unmanly. And no one really knows how to pivot and do something different. There is this movement going this way. We've gone too far. I think women and men are realizing, ooh, we fucked up. But nobody knows how to pivot except for the men who are incredibly hyper masculine and they're pivoting in a way that's not nice. But in any issue where something goes too far, there has to be an overcorrection. So we're going to have a period of time where men are going to start becoming more hyper aggressive, overcompensate what has happened, and then we're going to have this period of time where things kind of mellow off a little bit until the next cycle. And I think men nowadays have to learn to become more masculine and less afraid of the women they're romantically interested in.
It's like a huge shit test.
It's a huge shit test.
Yeah, it sounds like it is.
The girl I'm with, she has a lot of friends, and they're in that mindset. But when you call them out on it, and you are a real masculine man, then they revert back to their original selves, if that makes any sense. Like, their feminine energy comes out. It's all a huge shit test. And I always say that, like, all this shit they're saying on TikTok and shit is just what they're saying. Women said that they've been doing that shit for years. I know we've all met girls who said they want a certain type of dude, and they end up with something different. It's just a big ass shit test. We all I want to be a fucking superhero, but that shit ain't gonna happen. You know what I'm saying?
He said superhero.
Relationship, they can dream. Like, yeah, it's great to want to have a beautiful relationship and have beautiful kids, a big house, white picket fence, a dog. Those are great dreams, but the problem is you cultivate those dreams from desires and
I am. I'm reading the comments. He said communication, amen, yes, agreed. You got a woman that's agreeing with you. For once in our podcast, a woman actually agrees with us, right? Way before that too. Hallelujah. Yeah, I saw your comments, girl. God damn. You had me Nah, yeah, you know what I'm saying? Come on. She said that's exactly what a man is.
But you're right though, man. Markel,
Train
there's
him.
so many young dudes who are failing that's taking it as serious.
I don't wanna.
They're all taking it to heart. Like, you know, and it's so fucking crazy. It's like it's really strange what's going on right now because you have girls literally telling men that they want a stronger masculine man by their actions, but they're following trends that are saying something totally different. And that goes back to, generally speaking, women are tribe. They're concerned about what their tribe thinks. They're concerned about what society thinks more so than what men do. That's generally everybody else.
But I mean, you've seen it though. You've seen how you take a very, very
For real?
super left liberal woman and just a conservative traditional woman. They are at each other's throats. Everything you see on TV is feminism, pro-woman, all this, all that. I'm not saying it's good or bad. I have no opinion on that. But what I'm saying is, could you imagine being a woman and going against that? Look at what happened to all the black men who spoke out against BLM. They got disowned by the whole black race.
Oh yeah.
So could you imagine being a woman saying, I want to be traditional, I want to stay home and raise kids?
Well, they're already getting attacked.
The backlash you would get from every other woman, like, it's insane. And that's why people like that, traditional stuff, live in these small little pockets of the internet because it can't exist anywhere else.
Well, it's not even feminism. Feminism is about women's choice. She wants to go out and get a job and get a career. That should be great. She wants to stay home and be a mother and a house wife. That should be great as well. It's all about choice. So this new feminism, this modern feminism, is just about pain. These are women who have been extremely hurt by men, and they're very angry, and they hate men. They want to take men's positions. They want to take men's place in life or in our society or whatever. And it's just not when they've done it, it just doesn't work out. They don't want it. They don't like it. You know what I'm saying? It's like it's I don't know how it started, how it all started, but it's all topsy turvy, and I think it is going to hit a wall at some point
Yeah.
because you're already starting to see it. Like the last 5 years, women are starting to become more and more desperate to fall in love, to find a husband. Like even in their late 20s, they're starting to see this shit's not really working out the way these women have been telling us.
They're tired of being single. And this is my whole thing.
They're starting to see
Women
that
are tired of being single.
their mentors are very miserable. Women in their 40s who have these great careers are going home to empty houses, and they don't want that shit. They're not built for that. They're emotional creatures. They need that emotional currency back and forth. They need that shit, and it's like I think it's to this point where if they see it as an insult if they can't be on the same level as men. And I don't understand why they can't see that we're totally different beings. And it's okay to be different. You can have all the respect, you have all the rights within society that men have. That's great, but we'll never be equal. That doesn't mean one is lower than the other. It just means we'll never be the same. And I think a lot of people just don't get that in their head. They think that one's lower than the other if they're not equal. And we're just not built that way. And it doesn't make sense that nobody can't see, or women can't really see that at times, And they use
Hello.
like their own experiences as a general blanket for everything. Like you'll say, like, well, men built the roads that you and me where if men didn't build the buildings. Well, I've seen women who build buildings. And it's like, well, how many? Well, like just a couple. And it's like, well, that's you can't use that as in general because that
Chilling.
doesn't work that way. But I don't know. I think people are trying to do what their roles are reversed, and I know people hate hearing like,
I don't think it's so much a role reversal. I think it's just like they're trying to make it androgynous. And the reality is, like, you need polarity for attraction to work.
Definitely do.
And I think when you have a bunch of men being chemically castrated, a bunch of women being chemically imbibed with all their shit they take, no one has even started talking about how all the feminine products have so many chemicals in them that are changing women's neurochemistry. Control, which is a blessing, and I prefer a woman who is on birth control. But that does affect your body. That does affect neurochemistry. It's a real thing, right? There's and then men are being chemically castrated through food and medicine, right? And you have them coming together, and they're creating this androgynous thing where there's no polarity, so nothing sticks.
I mean, not to mention
like a sopping wet noodle, and it doesn't stick to anything.
That's hilarious.
Polarity. You need a man to be masculine or feminine. You need a woman to be masculine or feminine. You just need that polarity for anything to work. That's how attraction happens. And what's happening is we're becoming more and more androgynous, and there's no attraction. So the women who are hyper feminine and the men who are hyper masculine, they're doing well. But the vast majority of us somewhere in the middle are not doing so well.
That's true, yeah.
That's true.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah.
If you want to be wiped up, be more classically feminine. I'm not saying don't do the things you want to do. I'm not saying don't join the workforce. I'm not saying don't be your own person. Be more classically feminine. Be slightly more conservative in your social ideals. Not your political ideals, but in your social ideals. Men, be more masculine. Be a bit more masculine. Be a bit more conservative in your social ideals. Not political, but your social ideals, right? And what you'll find is the further you go down your pole, whether feminine or masculine, whatever feels natural to you, the more attractive you will appear to the opposite sex. It's just the way it works.
Okay.
And men and women want to just be like, no. Men are just like, well, no, I'm just going to find me a nice girl who's going to love me as a little beta yellow belly that I am. And then girls are going to be like, no, I'll be the super aggressive, hyper masculine, hyper sexualized being. And men are like, yeah, we'll tap that. We'll put my wife with it. And so you have both people just denying the thing that one comes naturally to them, they're not working for it. And then two, that attracts the opposite sex.
She said,
what's so weird to me is that
says he's single.
people are so blind to the truth of 11th man for a minute. It is a true fucking story, right? You have 10 men at a bar, and there's a woman. All 10 men give her compliments. They buy her drinks. They buy her cigarette,
Mm-hmm.
and she's loving it. 11th man walks in, doesn't pay her no fucking attention. Sits about 2 guys away from her, drinks his drink, minds his own fucking business. She goes home with the 11th man. Every single fucking time. I don't understand why some men think that being hypersensitive, androgynous is going to get you anywhere with the type of women that they actually want to be with. It doesn't show that in any research. It doesn't show that in life. It doesn't show that out in the streets. None of that stuff. There's countless videos of men who have women, who get women, who discuss the truth of what's really going on. And everybody wants to sugarcoat it or call it something else. You know, they don't ever want to say, like, I mean, I get it. You know, it's not women like assholes or they like the bad guys. Not anything like that. It's deeper than that. They want men who stand up for themselves. They want men who are doing their own fucking things. You know, they don't want, like, they'll say, I want to be his priority.
Mm-hmm.
But that's not what they truly desire.
Yeah.
They still want to chase. They want what they can't have. They would rather want a guy who gives them 25% of his time than a guy who gives them 75% of his time. Every fucking time. I just saw a podcast where a dude asked a girl, he was like, okay, would you rather be with a guy who's loyal, who would do everything for you, or would you be with a billionaire who cheats on you, like, all the
Hello.
time? And she was like, the billionaire. She's like 23 years old.
Again, like I said, the reality is, and again, I think this conversation is too big because, you know, the live stream's already ended, so I don't know how long it's going to go on. But we all know there's alphas and betas.
Oh,
Right?
we're still live somewhere.
As bad, we'll make them out. An alpha position isn't nearly as coveted. Shouldn't be nearly as coveted. It's incredibly lonely, actually. It's actually incredibly lonely to be an alpha. Because I know, like, I'm so goal-oriented. It's incredibly hard for me to be around people who aren't as goal-oriented as me.
Yeah.
It's incredibly hard for me to be with women who don't understand that I'm always, my mind is
She said billionaire.
You know, like, I'm always thinking the next thing. And it's hard. It's hard because, like, some people are just really aloof and they're chill and they just don't give a shit. Where I'm one of those where, like, nah, I mean, it makes sense and get gone.
I mean,
So,
yeah. I would say you are now.
it's hard. Well, I mean, I think an alpha is just how
Who, me?
social,
Yeah, I'm just.
right? There can be like an alpha, like a narcissist.
I'm chilling.
Alpha is right, self-serve. I'm not going to go about and say that I am or aren't. I just know exactly what I'm going to go for is the thing that I'm going to go for.
All 3 of us are alphas. That's what she said.
I would say
Bella said all 3 of us.
toxic in everything, right? I hate using that word. I don't think.
How dare you use that word?
Is like that. I think you can be a different type of alpha. Like, I think to me, an alpha is a man who's about his business. He doesn't cater to anyone. He does his own thing. He's an independent person. He follows his goals. He's aware.
Whoa.
And he has higher perspective. You know what I'm saying? The higher perspective is when you take emotions out of it and you look at the solution in the situation for what it is. And I think that's what a true alpha is. Like, there are a lot of alphas out there that are sociopaths that will be narcissists, fuck around.
She said.
That's just the type of person that's an alpha. But I think a real alpha is somebody who's about their business. My personality trait, I gotta say, I'm a Sigma because I'm very introverted, and I just don't give a fuck. Like, I don't give a fuck. Like kick rocks. You're not.
Sigma don't exist.
She said. You said. Bella said. You guys do too understand the mindset, but there are asshole alphas. I'm the asshole alpha. Yeah, Bella's like, I'm the asshole alpha. Yeah, I'm definitely an asshole alpha. That's what people say. I guess, you know, she said all 3 of us are alphas. So
Like I
She
said,
said,
I stopped calling myself
I'm chilling.
out loud alpha. In my head, I'm like, oh, fuck, oh.
Uh,
But like out loud, I'm just like, I think it's like an un-alpha thing. Like the uncool thing to do.
Yeah.
Like I know what I'm about.
Yeah.
I know what I'm
I'm about the shit. Yeah.
I know I handle my business. I don't want, I don't want to be that guy who talks about everything.
Yeah.
But I'm
I
fine.
never tell anybody. I'm this.
I'll,
I've never said that. It's hilarious.
I do admit that I am an asshole.
Yeah, I've been told I was an asshole and a sigma or an alpha.
Yeah. Have you been called a narcissist, or are you just?
No. I am compassionate. I'm too compassionate to be a narcissist.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah.
He said he knows
I
what.
know what limits and flaws, so I don't. Yeah.
Would you
Now,
clarify?
if I was sick with my mom,
It is time for me to make my exodus.
Yo, man, how much you drinking, dude?
it's 11. Damn, yeah.
Yeah, it's 11. We kind of went over our time, man.
I gotta go training in the morning.
Yeah, I gotta get up in the morning too. So
This temple ain't gonna build itself, bro.
yeah, whatever, man.
Gotta get out of here.
Whatever, nigga. You know, I'm sick of y'all light skinned motherfuckers thinking that you guys.
That's 30 pounds.
I'm just playing. I'm just playing.
So I don't want to hear that.
Hey, man, I'm sick.
Kill your girl.
Listen, man. Hey, all right. Listen, I know. I know the power of the light skins, but y'all, when they end up coming back to us anyway, so it don't even matter. I'm not tripping. Yeah,
That's because we don't want them.
y'all be cheating. That's half the time.
We don't
I said it.
monkey branch.
Oh, you monkey branch. Okay. That's what you call it, huh? Yeah. Okay.
Girls come up to us. They come up to us.
Real, it's been great.
All right. Oh yeah. All right, man. Yeah, we'll probably end it up soon, guys. It's been long. I gotta get up in the morning too. Appreciate you guys coming on. Appreciate you guys showing love. I appreciate Markel coming in and Alpha Monk. I appreciate you guys all coming in for the episode. I know. Hopefully, you guys heard me on the other stream. I'm sorry, my Meet Me people, that you can't hear that well, and everyone else. Hopefully, I get it down. I'll master it. Once I master it, we're good. All right, y'all. Later.
Alright, boss.
All right, man. I'll see y'all later. All right, y'all. I think I'm done. I served my purpose here. I'm here by myself. And yeah, I think I'm gonna end it soon. Unless you guys wanna. That's it. Hold on for a minute. Let me put this in. Pause this.
Recording stopped.
Yeah, everyone left. It's just me by myself now. But I'm gonna get some sleep. That is for sure. I gotta get up in the morning. But yeah, Bella, appreciate the love though. I appreciate you coming in, tapping into the episode here. Yeah, it was fun, man. Staying away from you. You should stay away. Hold on, let me turn this off real quick. Let's turn this bad boy off. But all right, y'all. I'll see y'all. I'll come on the stream later.
Hello, friends. This is Dante from the YD Podcast. Thank you for tuning in onto our episode. And just wanted to give you guys some updates. I know I usually do this at the end of my episodes. I'm doing a little update. So we do still have a Patreon website. I've been putting exclusive content on there. I haven't put any dating coaches or advice or anything like that yet. I'm still working on that. If you still want to donate to the Patreon, it's still on there on the YD Podcast website. But for right now, all I'm doing right now is Venmo. I'll put the link onto this episode on the YouTube episode. Hope you guys, like I said, like the episode. But I'm putting everything on there. Currently, I am still working on advice dating coach. I want to have a community where we're having someone giving advice, having some experts on there that's helping people through dating. So I know we typically talk about a lot of funny stuff on our episodes, but I also want to provide some kind of service to everyone who's listening. So let's get their money's worth for something. It's $5. It's definitely not going to raise the price because I haven't done much with my Patreon. But I still have a Venmo on there. It's going to be on there. But I will put the link down here. You can kind of see it. And just so you guys know, I appreciate you guys joining in and tuning into our episode thus far, listening to all our stuff. But yeah, that is it for you guys. I will post more things on my Patreon. Like I said, I'll still put the exclusive content, the post episode on there, the audio form. I can't really put the video on for some strange reason. Patreon, it's too big of a file. But that's what I want to have on there, guys. And that is it. That's all I have to say. But please subscribe too, as well, on the YouTube channel if you guys haven't done so already. But that is it, guys. Thank you guys for tuning in and enjoy the rest of your day.